How's it going, everybody? World Money Wins here, and I heard that you are thinking about stacking silver. You heard about it on the internet that if you buy silver now, you can survive the coming economy collapse. And although it could be a little component to help you through it, it's not going to help you survive it completely. But it is good to have on hand. As this stuff continues to lose value, it had a huge drop last week. This stuff is a good, safe place to put some money. And this video is meant for people that have never bought an ounce of silver in their entire lives. And I'm just going to give you a little bit of advice and my thoughts. I guess it's not really, can't be considered financial advice, but because I make a bunch of dumb decisions all the time financially. But one decision I made about 30 years ago was to buy silver and gold, and it's worked out just fine. I think I bought my first real piece of gold was a 1/2 ounce gold Krugerrand from 1982. I bought it I think the late 90s. It was $400 for a 1/2 ounce, and if I wanted to sell it today, it'd probably be, I could probably sell it today instantly at a coin shop for $1,200, but I could sell it probably on eBay for $1,300-$1,400 maybe. I don't know, but I figured I'd give you a jumping off point. This is for people to jump off into silver, and it'll cost you about $60 or $70 today. If you start today, it's about $70 and you are a silver stacker, and that would be buying 2 1-ounce silver rounds. This is the absolute best jumping off point, in my opinion, would be to step 1, go to your computer, punch in, if you live in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, just punch in Google, just say Tuscaloosa, Alabama coin shop, and then see what comes up. There'll be a couple coin shops there, and you can go to their address, say, I would like to buy 2 ounces, or you can say, I saw a YouTube video from this cool YouTuber, World Money Wins, and he said to go to my local coin shop and buy 2 ounces, 2 1-ounce rounds, specifically 2 1-ounce rounds of the lowest premium silver that you have in stock. You don't want to say cheap silver, because then they kind of get offended. There's no such thing as cheap silver. But you want to get 2 of the lowest premium silver rounds, and I say rounds specifically because then you can get a tube and start filling it up. You can do it with bars as well, but I think rounds are cooler, at least for jumping off. And don't worry about them being the super pretty ones, something that's fancy. Oh, for this one it's $1 more for this. You want specifically the cheapest ones because you want to be able to do this. You don't want to worry about scratching them or messing them up. You want to take them home, put them on your desk at home, or if you don't have a home office or a desk at home, put them, or if you like watching TV all the time, put them on the coffee table. Just leave them out on the coffee table. You can pick them up, let your friends pick them up, say, oh yeah, I just bought a couple ounces, just to explore. But you want to be able to clank them together and play with them. So you don't want to be buying like higher premium stuff, like nicer things like this that you don't want to be banging into each other. Plus these will be about $10 more per ounce. So today 2 of these will cost you about $60, $62, $64 maybe. This thing will cost you about $80. So it's quite a bit more expensive. And it's the same amount of silver. This is a 2-ounce silver round. These are 2 1-ouncers. And so I'd recommend, you gotta get 2. Gotta get 2 so you can clank them together. And then after that, you can start doing some research. Maybe subscribe to a couple YouTube channels other than your favorite one, the one you're watching now. You can, I think Salivate Metal, this guy right here, it's probably one of the most well-balanced channels on the internet as far as precious metals. He's got really good commentary, makes you think, and reports on different situations in the precious metals environment. Silver Heist, also really good channel, Common Sense. There's another one, T-Square Talk, and these ones I'm pointing out are specifically commented. I'm specifically pointing out are great for newbies, new people to stacking. There's a bajillion different YouTube channels out there, but those ones for new people just learning, I think those are the best ones. Salivate Metal is probably the best one out of all, at least in my opinion, for getting really good, well-balanced stuff. And he even invites people on his channel that he doesn't agree with and takes their point of view. And I don't know. He doesn't have to agree with them, but he'll still have them on. So there's a bunch of online retailers. If you go to a website called findbullionprices.com, up in the upper left-hand corner, there will be silver at spot deals. This is all after you get your first 2 ounces. This is step 1. Local coin shop, go get your 2 ounces today, and don't worry about premiums. And I mean, they should be reasonably. They'll be like maybe $3 or $4 over the spot price. But don't get too picky. Your first 2 are the most important and the least important to worry about price on, because these are going to set your motivation and set your attitude and kind of get you thinking. Then after that, you can go to online bullion dealers. I usually recommend getting 1 ounce buffaloes. These are usually the absolute cheapest, or the sunshine stuff. But you can go on to the online bullion dealers. Some will have silver at spot dealers. I think JM Bullion has one where you get 10 of their rounds. I don't have one here. At spot. So 10 1-ounce silver rounds at spot is an incredible deal. And plus you get free shipping because it'll be over $200. I think SD Bullion has one. I know Silver Gold Bull has a 10-ounce bar. Usually I don't recommend getting larger bars, like 10-ounce bars, even 5-ounce bars when you're beginning, until you have a substantial stack, maybe a couple tubes full of random 1-ounce bars. These are just random ones I picked up at the local coin shop that were the cheapest premium that they had. I call it the junk bin. It's the lowest price, and it's usually just in a bin, just scattered with all the stuff laying around. And I'll put a link to a couple of online retailers. There's Hero Bullion. They've been having really good pricing. Bullion Exchanges has been having good pricing as well lately, which I used to buy from them a lot, and then the prices went up, and now they're having good deals. So I may even reach out to them to see if they have an affiliate thing, because there's a lot of good online bullion dealers out there, but always shop for the cheapest price. The most important thing at first is to get 2 ounces. After that, you got to shop for the price and always buy where the best deal is. So if I put a link down below, that might not be the best price that day. There's no one online bullion dealer that has the best price on everything. So sometimes you'll buy from this online dealer, sometimes you'll buy from that online dealer, but it doesn't really matter as long as you get the metal in your hands. And always don't use credit cards to buy your stuff. They'll be usually, if you're buying online, there'll usually be an ACH or an electronic check method where it links your bank account. Don't worry about the security. These websites have fantastic security, and they can't really. It's a non-issue. So you'll save the credit card premiums, which is about 3 or 4% if you're using the ACH method. It takes about a week for it to clear the bank, but who cares? You've bought the metal, it's yours. They're just waiting for your check to clear, and then they'll send it out. What else? I guess ultimately you're in charge of making decisions on your finances. It's your responsibility to make sure that you're securing your wealth however you need to. So I buy all sorts of different things as inflation hedges. This stuff is the stuff I want to get rid of, and I'd rather have things that aren't going down in value as assets. I don't know what else. Put down any tips down below if you can think of anything that a newbie stacker might be interested in, or any other YouTube channels that you think people would be good to subscribe to, feel free to put them down below. And if you're new to stacking, I guess get 2 ounces. The worst thing, it'll cost you between 60 and 70 bucks at the most, and then you'll learn from there. You got to stay out of debt and buy real money. I think Robert Kiyosaki said, pay yourself first. So when you get paycheck, go cash your paycheck, buy 2 ounces of silver, and then worry about the bills. This is paying yourself first. And if you can't survive on what you are currently making, so to be able to afford 2 ounces, you're going to have to make it happen. You're going to have to sell something in order to get this. But anyway, I guess it's not doom and gloom, as long as you're prepared. If you're out of debt, have a little money saved up, and then you can start buying some stuff to secure your wealth long term. And it changes your mindset. After a while, your brain starts thinking of other things you could buy. Vintage cassette tapes, or like the old ones from the 80s, like the old Iron Maiden cassette tapes. Those are worth money now. So think of ways to secure your money, and don't worry so much about how many of these you have, because they get worth less and less every year that goes by, and it doesn't matter who's in the White House. This is guaranteed to go down. I'll hear people say, I'm going to sell my silver when it gets to 100 bucks. I'm like, okay, well, how much will a loaf of bread cost when this is 100 bucks? So you want to take something that's blasting off in value, going through the roof, and you want to trade it for something that is guaranteed to go down in value. Is that wise investing?